Welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I am stoked you're here. And we're ready and feeling good to get into it. Okay, let's hear it. Let's make sure you can hear me. In chat, can you hear me? Can I get a yeehaw in chat if you can hear me? Okay, yeehaw, love it. Okay, one person can hear me. That's good news. Everybody else? I should have made it a 1 or a 0. Okay, so hear me. I've seen man, so many cool, interesting things when it comes to AI, but apparently if you use ChatGPT too much, it makes you dumb. So that's why I'm pushing the boundaries. We're not just ones and zeros here. We're yeehaws and yeses. Okay, appreciate that, Andrew. Um, Love it. Okay, so super excited. Hopefully, if you're here, you've seen the YouTube video. You've seen a little context into what we're using in terms of lead magnets here. I'm joined by Javi. Do you go by Javier or only Javi? I've never called you Javier in my life, but I'm seeing your name on there as Javier. You got to unmute. So I just asked you to
Yep.
unmute.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Yes, Hobby Lobby, whatever is easy off the tongue. Usually I say Hobby Lobby for people that never called anybody Hobby. So
Okay.
yeah.
Javi, as
Yeah.
in Javi Lavi.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Do you guys even have Hobby Lobbies on the West Coast? I have no idea.
I'm familiar. I
Yeah.
don't know if I've seen one in real life. I think they do exist.
Cool.
Um, but I'm not much of a maybe you'd be surprised by this, but
Yep.
yeah, my patchwork, my quilting, my all of those, not so much. I
Not for me.
don't
Cool.
do it. I also haven't visited much of Joann's, general, fabric stores, Michael's. But
Nice.
but
Yeah.
I'm familiar. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. We got limited time, and I'm super excited. So
Awesome.
I'll give you guys just the build up here. Here's the context. I had a lot of folks reach out, be like, "How do I share ChatGPT, like a custom GPT, with someone who doesn't have ChatGPT?" And my sad reality is you can't. So,
Yeah.
um, so what Javi has done is they have a platform that we've seen him use. Maybe you've seen it before, but he's going to show some of the latest stuff there where you can actually create like a branded ChatGPT. So if you wanted to do the same process of like, oh, I've got a custom prompted solution that delivers value, expedites the sort of thing here, that's exactly what they do. And so, Javi, I'm just going to hand it over and
Awesome. Awesome.
let you take it away.
Yeah. And again, I appreciate the opportunity, Matt. So yeah, guys. So my name's Hobby Lobby, co-founder here at FormWise. My role, I'm a product manager, and my job has been to see into the future, and I get to see how people take a very useful prompt and they turn it into whether it's a micro product or just something to add a value, especially if you're in the GHL ecosystem. We've seen people add these niche tools inside of their actual GHL. Before I go through my slides, which everybody will get a copy of the slides today, I'm going to kind of show you what it looks like within a GHL platform. So I have my custom GHL here. Maybe you've seen our brand, Lead Dragon. We have hundreds of sub accounts. And one of the things we do, since we're horizontally positioned, we add a AI toolkit inside of our sub account. One of those being actually ChatGPT. And when I say ChatGPT, this is powered by the actual OpenAI API. And we actually make our users enter their API key to power it. Now, we do have hundreds of actual GHL SaaS agencies that use FormWise and that basically turn this specific toolkit into something that's more niche based, which is what I'm going to show you today, and what I actually see in the future when people actually sign up for FormWise and build something of value that is super scalable, easy to deliver, and you can actually build it in minutes. So I'm going to cover that here in just a minute. But yeah, I just want to show you guys a preview of what I'm going to show. So the sort of theme of today's presentation is turning prompt-based AI tools into a scalable front-end offer. And when we talk about front-end offers, I'm talking about the concept of a value ladder. So traditionally, at least for the past 10 years, the common first step in a value ladder has been PDFs, ebooks, a micro course to get people in your ecosystem. Maybe it's something you actually sell and you actually monetize. Oftentimes, it's the first tripwire to get them into your ecosystem for the broader offer. So whether you're a high ticket coach or you resell Go High Level as a SaaS platform, like we do at Lead Dragon, this is a great way to sort of differentiate your offer from the sea of resellers, especially if you're in a niche. And that's really what I'm most excited about, because I know, like many of you, I love ChatGPT. As Matt said earlier, that study came out, like people that depend too much on ChatGPT, like the knowledge seems to be plateauing. I think if you take a very useful prompt that most people aren't going to basically get out the gate from ChatGPT because it's too open-ended, you can actually wrap that into a micro tool. And I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a second. But the idea is, whenever you use ChatGPT and you have a really incredible conversation, a great output, you almost think, oh man, I wish I could just offer this as a quick micro product or deliver this to my client. Whether, again, you're doing a managed service or you want to iframe it and embed it within your portal, your CRM, your course, whatever it may be. So FormWise is a platform where you can take those prompts and literally in minutes, like I'm going to show you, and turn it into a tool you can embed anywhere. You can also take these tools and turn them into a tool set and then embed the tool set, which is what is in the sub account right now. I have a tool set of dozens of tools that people within our sub account within our white label GHL can actually use. Now, again, we're horizontally positioned, which is usually a big no-no because it's just very hard to scale that, and we don't have a clear offer. So we have all sorts of businesses that use our GHL. They use all of these tools. I think I have like 60 tools in here. And all of these tools, they are able to generate simple things. I'm going to show you some more advanced tools as well. So let's go back here to my Canva presentation. Again, so our core thesis is, and I know this works because we use it for Lead Dragon, is your niche's SaaS front-end offer, in my opinion, should be a AI toolkit. First of all, with FormWise, you can create unlimited amounts of these. So if you do serve multiple niches, you are able to create multiple toolkits. More on that here in just a minute, because you can also monetize these as a standalone product, which we have templates for as well. So this is what would separate you from the sea of GHL resellers with a unique thing that is only found within your CRM. So I'm going to kind of speed run through this. Again, you'll get a copy of the actual presentation slides. I want to just get into the guts here in just a minute. Again, we have a feature called login mode, which is going to allow you to create gated experiences. So if you created all these tools and maybe you don't want to, let them have access to the CRM immediately, especially for a small business owner, especially you seasoned GHL agency owners, you guys know that if you give a small business owner access to the CRM and they see everything on the left side, there's AI agents, and GHL is always sort of, putting new features in front of our users, and that can be a little bit annoying. That can reduce activation. That can actually make them more confused, and it's hard to sell when somebody's confused. So by turning those specific prompts into these micro tools, you're actually giving them something that is very useful, very valuable, establishes your agency or your business as not necessarily an authority in the AI space, but you're with the times. I mean, everybody, especially in the future, is going to expect AI experiences with whatever they buy, whether it's a course companion, Copilot, whether it's a coaching portal, a sort of AI-ified version of your frameworks, of your playbooks, of your insights. All of that stuff is sort of almost now expected and will be so in the coming months and years, in my opinion. So again, FormWise turns those GPTs into usable, branded, sellable tools. As Matt said earlier, you can't iframe or embed GPTs. It just doesn't work in the iframe. So we allow you to sort of recreate those GPTs in a simple way inside of FormWise. So and again, I'm going to just show you guys a real use case. And again, I have permission to share this. Chad is awesome. Chad and Anthony, actually. They run Bulletproof Agent. They are in the real estate space. They serve hundreds of GHL, of real estate agents, and they built 400. And here's how they frame it: fill in the blank tools. So instead of giving their agents just one GPT link and then, they're kind of out of your ecosystem now. They've rebuilt a lot of those tools, a lot of those real estate use cases into a tool set, and they have it within the CRM that they offer. They have it bundled as a tool set. They also have it embedded in a free YouTube course for agents to set up a YouTube channel. And with all of this, they are able to position their agency and their offer as sort of a AI first offer. And it's a lot easier to do this than to sell an agent on AI voice. There's more resistance. And back to the value ladder concept, you want to get them in the door. So again, this is a massive positioning boost and really a retention lever, because Chad has told me that he actually has people who sign up just for the AI tools alone, not even for all the other bells and whistles that he offers in value. So I do see that working with other niches as well, particularly if you work with businesses who are sort of AI aware, but they're not AI solution aware exactly how ChatGPT can help your business. You see this all the time. I go to Facebook groups where, a AI specific Facebook group, and you have some business owners that manage to join those groups. They know they need to use ChatGPT. They hear it all the time. They probably get ads of it, but they're not quite sure how do I use ChatGPT to grow my business? Well, the obvious low-hanging fruit is content creation, emails, maybe assets that they can use inside of GHL, whether it's in a workflow, in the email builder, in the landing page builder, things that might even already have like some custom values that you actually provide for them inside of a snapshot. So again, I'm gonna sort of skip right here through this. This is just some examples of some other niches. This is actually Chad's here on the bottom right, over 400, and that's like a screenshot from his website, over 400 proprietary AI tools. And in a sense, those prompts are your IP. Obviously not speaking in the legal terms, but like that is your positioning IP, especially if you map your insights in those prompts. So let's kind of go through this. Here's another example. This is actually a pretty big user's toolkit, viralcopy.ai. It's within his membership portal. And I think it's going to be a standalone product very soon as well. And he helps people he's like a high ticket coach. He has a mastermind. He helps people post valuable posts that go viral on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and anywhere else. And you've probably seen those value posts. I see them all the time inside of the GHO group, and they're like thinly veiled offers, but that also give value. And a lot of people have trouble making that type of content, but he has the prompts. He's made them into tools, and now he's selling it for a $9 a month product, which is awesome. So so again, your framework, and again, I'm going to show you just some simple prompts. Your framework, your knowledge, your insights is going to be a AI tool, and you know your audience best, whether it's a checklist that gets created, or a email newsletter, a quiz, whatever it may be. All of that can be packaged, gated, sold, or used as a lead magnet. And again, I want to sort of end this quick presentation before I jump into FormWise with a quick Y Combinator quote that I actually have printed out in my small home office. The creators who win in the AI era won't be the ones with the most followers. It'll be the ones whose knowledge gets used at scale through tools. And I'll add one more thing I read last night, that the people who are really going to sort of get a ton of market share and impression share in the next basically 10 years are the people who start basically embedding these AI experiences in their ecosystem right now. So I think we're in a very special era for all of this. So without further ado, let me kind of just jump into FormWise and show you guys how all this actually works. And if you guys have questions, I do have my team on this Zoom call as well. You guys can ask questions in the chat. Julian and Dylan and Justin and Sean can give you guys some quick answers. So let me take a sip of my coffee. So this is FormWise. And by the way, guys, we have a 14-day free trial, 2-week trial to just test this out. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't even need to input your OpenAI API key. We give you free credits, and we have every OpenAI engine available. So this is my dashboard. I have probably 1,000 tools in here. And we actually also give you suggested tools based on a quick survey that you take in the beginning for your niche. And this is actually a very fairly new feature. We now have a AI tool builder that builds your AI tools. And let me show you what that looks like. So let's click on AI tool builder here on the top right corner. And all you have to do is like briefly describe what you want. So let's think of a quick niche. Let's just say you serve, for some reason, you serve septic tank operators, which is a hot niche actually. And let's just say you want something that can help the septic tank company owner write a Facebook ad. So I could say, I want a tool that a septic tank company operator can answer a few questions, and it creates a Facebook ad copy, Frank Kern style, with an offer. Okay, simple, just a very simple description. If you have creator's block in just describing it, we also have something called enhanced prompt. And when you click on this, we'll actually enrich your input. So if you really just want to sort of give it just a vague idea of what you think would be valuable for your end user, you can just click that button. And then we're going to click on generate outline. And this isn't going to immediately generate the tool. It's going to give us a quick summary on how your end user is going to interact with the tool. So we use something called user stories, which I'll show you here in just a second. So user stories in the SaaS world is basically the idea of how your end user is going to interact with the tool. So it sort of describes you stepping into your end user's shoes. So as you can see here, it generated 5 user stories to sort of give you an idea of how it's going to be actually used, what they're going to expect. So I'll just read the first one. As a septic tank service operator, I want to provide information about my business, location, offers, so that the tool can generate a Facebook ad tailored to my specific service and audience. That's exactly what I want them to experience. So far the summary is good. On the left side, we have a quick chat with, I guess we call like the FormWise bot, and you can actually adjust what the tool's going to do. So for example, I can say, I want the septic tank company owner to answer no more than 4 questions, so it's easy for them to fill out. Because I also don't want a tool that's going to generate like 8 different questions. Now, of course, you know, and everybody on this call knows this by now, the better inputs you put in to ChatGPT, the better the output. So maybe we just want it to actually ask better questions. So it updated the summary here. So, you know, I want to answer no more than 4 essential questions so I can quickly generate a Facebook ad without spending too much time on the form. Perfect. So I can now generate the tool. And what this is going to do is it's going to generate the tool in the background. Let me get the zoom thing out the way. And it usually takes anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds. Once the tool is generated, it's going to spit us into the builder. Now, this is going to generate a smart form because I said I want a tool where they can answer questions. So we have 2 types of tools inside of FormWise. We have a smart form, which is literally a form they fill out, they hit submit, and it spits out a specific output. And then we have a Copilot, which is just another word for a GPT, since we can't really use the word GPT. So let's see what it created for us. This is, so I'm going to skip the tutorial here. Okay, cool. So it created a 4-question tool. Now, I love Frank Kern. We know Frank Kern, so I'm going to remove that from the title. I just love his copy style, so that's why I said write the copy in Frank Kern style. So it created the 4 questions. So this is what the business owner, the septic tank operator, service company owner is going to fill out. Now, I'm not going to go too deep in the customization on the front end. You can update this. We do have a theme builder. I can make this into a single page display so they see all the questions up front. The only thing I'm going to change from the front end is the button. So it says generate Facebook ad. And let's just say maybe I want this to be a lead magnet. Maybe this is something I can maybe rank on SEO with a blog. I can embed this in the blog, and I can have a long form blog about best practices for Facebook ads for septic tank company owners. Very niche, highly specific. And now you're also going to embed this tool within the blog. That's that. And by the way, that's like, I'm just going to show everybody this. That's how we rank this. So we have generated probably 2,600 leads for agencies because I created an A2P generator on one of our websites. And in here, and of course, I used it to promote FormWise because I knew GHO agencies were going to need this. And I have a form here that people fill out, and it generates A2P copy. That's something you could do in your niche. Now, this specific niche, septic tank company owners, I don't know how often they search for Facebook ads, but it's a very easy thing to rank. That's just a quick little play that you could use this tool for. So again, if we want this to be a lead magnet, we obviously also need to collect an email. I'm going to add a quick email thing as well here. And I can say, what is your email? You can add a quick, just an example placeholder there. And if you are going to want these leads in your CRM or Zapier or a Google Sheet, we do have the webhook results on, which I'm not going to turn on because I don't have one on hand, but you could quickly go get an inbound webhook trigger from a workflow inside of GHO or Zapier and create a contact from when this is filled out, plus the inputs, plus the AI output. So that's the next thing I'm going to cover is this is the front end of your tool. It's just a form. We click on prompt builder. We can click on the actual prompt that's powering this tool. So as you can see here on the right, I have the prompt. The end user never sees this. This is literally the brain of the tool, the instructions on what we're going to do with the inputs that were just collected from that form. So you can see here, I have all of the instructions. All this was created just now. And I have all the fields mapped. Now the only thing I'm going to change here is I'm just going to update it to the latest model for 4.1. There's other cool FormWise features that I won't get into the weeds with. You can also layer your tools with a ebook, or if you have a specific Google Doc with your specific insights. So if you're building this for your coaching program or your course, you can have it also reference things that OpenAI's API isn't necessarily trained on. There's also capabilities such as web browsing, web scraping. If you are collecting like a website URL, you could easily create a audit tool as well. So again, I'm not going to go down that route right now. I just want to show you guys just the essence of the tool. So I'm going to hit save prompt, and we're going to go test the tool. So let's go test the tool and see what it spat out. So, okay, perfect. So let's just do ABC septic company, service location, Dallas, Texas, unique selling point, free inspection, special offer, 10% off for veterans. And the email, again, I'm just going to put a quick sample email. And when I hit submit or generate Facebook ad, it's going to run all these fields with that prompt mapping instruction that I just shared. Now, this tool itself, I'll show you how to get the embed code, super easy, can be embedded in your course. It can be like this. I mean, if you want, you could just embed that specific tool by itself instead of a tool set. You could have the actual tool. And if you use something like Tom Bristol's tool, I think HO Pro Tools also has a theme builder. You could have it as one of the quick iframe launchers within the CRM. So that's another cool thing that you're able to do. But this tool itself, it's ready to go. They can copy it and they're literally ready to go. Now, this is something Justin, our CTO, just pushed out this morning, and it's actually chat with results. So if I turn on chat mode, and I don't know if it'll do it on the thing. Okay, yeah, it did. So now your users can actually chat with the results and refine it in a conversational way. Like I said, if you are building a webhook integration into this, the inputs, so everything I filled out in the form and the output will be sent to that webhook, and then you can store this into a custom field. So if you need to send them a copy of this, you're also able to do that. So this is the essence of the SmartForm. So if we're ready to basically put this out there in the wild, you just publish it to live, and this is going to open up the embed tool. And guys, you should know how to embed something. Very easy. It's embeddable in any code block. So it's embeddable in the courses, in the portal, in the CRM, on your website, blog, anywhere where you can embed things. So this is the SmartForm. Now, let's just say that you've built all these really cool niche tools, and we have resources too, where we can actually give you the tools that you are able to create for your actual niche. So I don't have the full onboarding because I'm not a new user, but if you're a new user, you will go through a survey and we'll actually give you some suggested tools for your particular niche. Now, we do have starter packs, which are basically templates, and we have over 140 single tool templates that you're already able to load in and customize and basically go ready to go. So that's a SmartForm. The other tool I'll show you is the Copilot, which is, again, a GPT. I'm actually going to pull up one I've already created. So here's one that we actually created for someone in the barber space. That's her actual niche. And this one's even easier, in my opinion, to sort of understand how it works. If you've ever built a GPT, you just add your instructions here on the left side. Same thing, you can use the AI tool builder that builds AI tools to actually create these Copilot and chat-like experiences. So you see all the instructions here on the left side. You can just paste your instructions there. You can add a quick description, which is what goes here, the actual title of the tool, a quick icon. You can add some greeting, some specific greeting messages, conversation starters. You can pick the actual model. If you are a serious prompt engineer, so I also see this all the time. People are like, it doesn't sound like ChatGPT. We have the default playground settings now, so your tools sound as close as possible to ChatGPT. One thing to note there is ChatGPT has a huge hidden system prompt. So when you interface with ChatGPT versus when you build something with the OpenAI API, it's not going to be the same out the gate. You do have to adjust those playground settings. So we have that already by default. And of course, we do have best practices for your instructions. So if we go down here, there's a few more things. So same thing, if you want to sort of train this specific Copilot with a URL or with a knowledge base or a PDF or a CSV file, you are able to do that. There's same capabilities. It can search the internet. It can scrape a URL if you actually give it one. You can even have the end user upload a piece of data. So whether it's a document, a PDF, something like that, you are able to do that. The important thing to know here is it's really going to come down to your instructions on how you want it to interact and ask for things. And then there's a consent agreement. We have a lot of users in the EU, so that's important for them for the GDPR stuff. And of course, there's custom CSS here if you want to sort of adjust the fonts and the colors and all that good stuff. So let's just say this is ready to go as well. We're going to publish it, and I actually don't need to publish this one. It's already published. You can just go to share, copy that embed code, and it's ready to go. So this is a Copilot, again, just like a white label GPT builder in the sense. That's really how I did in the ChatGPT chat that I have here. This is literally just a Copilot inside of FormWise. I added the GPT or the ChatGPT logo, and I made it open-ended. So this one actually doesn't even have instructions. It's just open-ended, answer anything the user wants. And they have access to it all within the actual URL. Now, So now let me show you how to actually build the tool set. So we're going to go back to the dashboard. So I showed you the SmartForms, which is fill in the blank form. They fill out a few questions, they hit submit, and it spits something out. I showed you the Copilot, which is just a chatbot with custom instructions that goes back and forth. Now I'll show you the actual tool set. So inside of a tool set, which I have several in here, I'm going to show you one that I built in a niche that actually has paying users that we built as an example, and we actually got some paying users. This is called Brewery OS. So this is just a brewery specific toolkit for brewery owners to basically do marketing stuff, whether it's creating a hiring ad, a beer description, a business plan, whatever it may be. I have them all within a actual tool set. Whenever you create a new tool set, it's going to be empty. So it's going to look just like this, except it's not going to have your tools. All you have to do is hit edit, add tool, and you can pull in any of the tools that you've just created, whether it's a Copilot or a SmartForm. So here I have the ones I just created. I can easily add them in there. Once they're added in here, you can upload an icon. You can actually change the actual description so your end user can see what the tool does. You can organize them by specific categories. So in this case, I have them organized as Copilots and SmartForms. If I go back to Lead Dragon, I have it organized as types of tools. I have I have SEO tools. I have email marketing tools. So it's easy to navigate for them. So the other cool thing here is, let me actually show you how they interact with the tool. So when they click on the tool, this is kind of their experience. So the reason we built this is because we had a lot of users that were embedding like 20 different tools on a single page. That's probably not the best practice. Just like you wouldn't embed 20 YouTube videos or Vimeo videos on a single page, you don't really want to embed a bunch of tools on a single page. So the tool set, once all your tools are added in here and you've added your descriptions, you've added the tools, you can now easily embed the tool set anywhere. So that's exactly what I did here. Now with inside of GHL, of course, we have the custom menu link. You don't even need the embed code. All you actually need is the actual link to actually iframe it within the CRM. So you see here, I have it iframed right there. When they click on that, it launches this within the CRM. So that's a tool set. So pretty simple stuff there. Now, the main thing I wanted to show as part of that presentation is actually monetizing it as a standalone tool. So whether you want to paywall a specific SmartForm or a Copilot inside of your course, you're absolutely already able to do that. People have been doing that for over a year now. You're selling the course, you're charging for the course, you delegate access to the course, and the tools are embedded inside. But let's just say you wanted to sort of turn this into like a micro SaaS, and you wanted this embedded behind a actual paywall. Well, we've actually built a monetization feature inside of the tool set. So you see this little bar here. Your users don't ever see this bar. They only literally see this. And I'm going to actually pull up where this product actually exists right now. So we went and we bought the domain name Brewery OS. This is not a real GHL agency that we own. This is literally, we built this as an example to the FormWise community whenever we launch login mode. And we wanted to pick a niche, one that was just so random. And we built this website, obviously within GHL. And you see here how I'm positioning it specifically for breweries. I want you to look at this and sort of think of your niche, because like I said earlier, business owners are actively, I don't think they're not solution aware, and that's what we're here for. But they are sort of, in a sense, have a little bit of cosmic anxiety that AI is going to disrupt their industry, which it is in many ways. So they are looking for ways to use these AI engines to, whether it's grow their business, make their business more efficient, help their marketing staff, lower costs, whatever it may be. And you can build these bundled toolkits that have all these niche prompts as a product. So This is a landing page I have. I took a screenshot of what the user would see. This is what the user actually sees. And I'm going to show you the actual experience here in just a second. This is what they see. This is how it's specifically positioned. It's just a landing page. And by the way, I have a template for this that I can share with everybody. All of this was made with AI, by the way, everything from the copy, from the background, from the actual Copilot. I call them the Pixar style types of images, the SmartForms, and of course the plans. So this is just a one-pager website, okay? So if somebody wants to sign up for it, they just hit start for free. All of the buttons, all of the call to action buttons on the first page are going to go to a second page where the tool set is actually embedded. Now, I'm logged in as the owner of this tool set, so I'm not going to pick a plan. If you guys go to breweryos.com right now, it's going to force you to pick a plan, either the free plan, the $9 plan, or the $29 plan. I can customize what plan they can actually pick. So if I go to my plans here, of course, it is in integration with Stripe at the moment. We are working on it so you can actually take the payment off of FormWise and then just create the account inside of the toolset. That is on our roadmap. But at the moment, you have to connect your Stripe account. You would turn on login mode, and then you would create your user tiers, which are just plans. So I'll show you my free plan. You can add which tools the free plan gets. You can meter the usage so they don't get unlimited usage. You can add a trial day. You can force them to enter a OpenAI API key, and you can edit the plan. Here's a paid plan, which I actually can't change the price because I actually have people paying for this tool. But as long as you don't have any paying users, you can update the plan. And that's just a Stripe. I think it's a Stripe issue. But you're able to, again, control the usage. And we do understand also that not all tools are made the same. We have some people that are, prompt chaining and using some really robust prompts that spit out 500 words of specific content. So you can actually change the actual credit cost of what each tool costs to actually use. So as you can see, I have my brewery business plan because it's going to be a very long output. That's going to cost them 10 credits versus all the other ones are a single credit. So that's how granular you're able to get with the actual customization. So I have login mode on. I also have user sign up webhook. So this is important too, because if somebody signs up to your tool set, you want to add them into some type of activation email series. So whether it's a welcome series, or you're also going to invite them to your community or to your Facebook group, or upsell them, or get them on a call, you're able to do that. So whenever somebody signs up, we will send you all of their sign up information, and you can add them to an email campaign. As far as internationalization, we have a lot of users in different markets, in different languages. You are able to customize the UI, so it can be in your specific language, or even in the language of your niche. So all of that can also be customized in here very, very easily. And of course, if you want to power this with a different API key to track usage and track how much it's costing you to run this. And I don't know, Matt, if you probably get this a lot, like, how much is it going to cost me in the API fees? I know that's always a question we get. OpenAI is super cheap. We've never ran anything where it's cost us more to run than what we actually make. As a matter of fact, I think one $9 a month plan user covers all the API usage for this, because not $9 for something like GPT-4o Mini is millions and millions of tokens. So I just wanted to share that part as well. There's also branding as well. So if you want to add your custom logo or your custom CSS, that is also available. And you probably want to turn off the FormWise.ai branding. It's not going to hurt our feelings. We actually want you to fully take credit for offering this to your niche. A few more new features in here inside of the login mode toolset is once they're logged in and they're logged into the iframe, because this is all operating within an iframe on your URL, on your portal URL. We do have something called brand voice, which is going to be updated with custom fields. So as soon as they sign up, your users can enter specific information about their business. So I'll show you what this looks like now and what it's going to be here very soon. Your user will be able to add their company name, pricing, catalog, whatever information the AI could use to better craft a output. This already exists within a ChatGPT experience. Oftentimes, a lot of people aren't aware, but if you give ChatGPT all the memory and context of your business, you don't have to start a conversation over and give it context again. It already knows those things. So that's really what this is. This is really the brain. This is the memory that anytime a specific user uses any of your tools, they don't have to re-enter the company name. They don't have to re-enter their pricing and the language they use and what they don't do. The tools already know all that about your user as long as it's stored in the brand voice. Now, I'm going to use one of these quick tools just to show you the experience. It's going to generate a beer style, I don't know, IPA, flavor notes, coffee flavored. IPAs always have the weirdest flavors. Brewery story, made in Malibu, California. So we're going to generate. And again, guys, this is just a landing page I built inside of GHL. This is a landing page in GHL where I embedded a tool set. And it went ahead and made the beer description. Now, I could chat with the results as an end user. I can also save the actual result. So when I save it into my snippets, I can go back into a different tool and say I want to do an event marketing, date and time. We are launching a new flavor. Who is it for and why should people come? Well, let's just go ahead and add that snippet in here. I can add the snippet. Okay. It's for people who want to try this new flavor. And then the last question, new beer launch. Generate. And now they didn't have to re-enter that over and over and over. So think about it like this. They could essentially, you could have the first tool that generates a very unique customer avatar. And then you have a bunch of tools where it just asks for the avatar and the output is so much better. So what I'm sort of trying to get across here is we're in a sense operationalizing ChatGPT, really the OpenAI prompts so your users can actually use it in an effective way. And they're doing it through your delivery. They're doing it through your course, through your portal, through your sub account that you're offering. So whether it's a tool that generates 30 social media posts, and then you also bundle it with the social media planner inside of GHL, it's a very powerful and effective tool. As you know, GHL does have a content AI. There's a lot of sort of mixed reviews there. They rebuild the actual AI usage 20 times, and then they expect you to rebuild on top of that. You could kind of just bundle it all together. You don't have to sort of nickel and dime those end users. So with that said, this is sort of the gist of FormWise. We're extremely passionate about this, particularly with knowledge experts, because in a sense, again, I talked about it earlier, ebooks, courses, PDFs, that was like the last wave of a knowledge expert or a niche sort of bundling those insights as lead magnets, as products, as digital products. Now, obviously, AI is going to completely transform that. And you're already seeing it. Like you see someone like, say, Tony Robbins, there's an AI version of Tony Robbins that you can now chat with, even talk to with the AI voice. That's where all this is moving towards to. I think even GHL knows that. And we sort of want to be at the epicenter of, at least for prompt-based tools, as being the easiest way to take a very useful prompt and wrap it into a experience for your end user where it's super useful. It's a wow effect. Generate their emails. Well, guess what they need now? They need an email, a actual email software to send that copy. So that's kind of it, Matt. I know we wanted to have some time for some some specific Q&As. I don't know if you have any thoughts on this, Matt. I know you've sort of seen our product from afar. You've used it. I know you guys have used it. But is there anything here that you think would be useful, particularly to the HO Pro Tools community?
Yeah, well, we got some questions here in chat. So I'll say just
Oh wow, 35. Wow.
yeah, retype your question if you posted one, just to make sure we have time to get to all of those. So Caitlin was asking about legal. I know you guys have examples in the legal, so I don't know if you have specific examples of
Sure.
legal use.
Sure. So I'm not a lawyer, but let's just say you want to create a privacy policy for a coffee shop or something like that. I want a privacy policy generator for a coffee shop. So whether you're building this for a lawyer that's going to draft and again, we're friends with the Law Hustle niche, SaaS owner, and he has mixed feelings about AI in law. Obviously, you guys control the actual instructions, so I don't want to speak authoritatively on how good AI is for legal. But let's just say you want to build a privacy policy generator for a coffee shop website. Easy thing in rank on SEO, by the way. I'm just going to generate the outline just based on that sentence. This is going to be super easy to build. Now, I don't know what all questions you would want to collect for something like this, but since you're a lawyer, you're in that space, or I think you're a lawyer, you would know what information there is to collect, and then you could offer it to your client. Now, I have been speaking in the sense where you offer this to your clients. We also have FormWise users that build tools for coaches, build tools for their clients. So let's just say you're going to build this for a law firm that specializes in coffee shops. This is a great lead magnet for them. I'm just going to go ahead and generate the tool.
Here,
And
Javi, I'm going to pause you just for time. So the answer, Kaylin, yes. Yes,
yes.
for legal, to whatever you can possibly imagine. Eric, I'm going to go ahead and just unmute you. You had a few in here, and you've had your hand up for a long while, so you should be able to unmute.
Actually, this is amazing. I've had FormWise for a long time, a couple, 3 years or something like that. So you guys pretty much started, I think, right around then. Either way, you guys scaled up so much. I had so many questions, and I started writing them down. Like, so, anyways, the price did it change at all around grandfathered in, basically on how I guess the white label kind of thing would work, and then allowing a certain amount of sub accounts. So did the price change for me at all?
No, there's been no price changes at all in the past 2 years at all.
Okay.
So all that should have remained the same.
Okay, perfect. And then the prompt that you're actually able to embed ChatGPT to finish up the conversation. So if there's any more, clarification that the user needs, that's amazing. That was one of my questions. Can we embed this with quiz funnels? Because I already use FormWise. I never actually sold it like you demonstrated today. Man, it made my wheels just spin. It's my next $1 million offer. So so quiz funnels. So I can basically embed this inside of a quiz or inside of a funnel through the process of even using it for upsells. So as an example, I have 150 snapshots. I've had people build that I paid, and also I bought a bunch of snapshots from a company. Now I'm able to sell those snapshots either individually, or I could sell them in the lot. So 150. I've had a problem with actually embedding that into my SLO, my self-liquidating offer funnel, because I have like 3 upsells inside of it with an order bump. But one of the upsells is, an opportunity to buy snapshots, and they could buy 1 or 50 or 100. But the problem is I couldn't get them all on one page to where it would communicate with the CRM to actually automate it to send out the individual snapshots without having a person actually monitor that, right? So can we actually embed the AI in there, asking them what their maybe needs are for the actual snapshot, and then they can line them out which ones they actually need, so they don't overbuy, they don't underbuy, they just buy exactly what they need. So I want to know if that's possible, if we could do that.
Yeah. I mean, you would put all your snapshot information into a PDF and then add the PDF to the Copilot, and then just have strict instructions in the Copilot prompt to only pull and answer questions from what's in the PDF.
All right.
So it's a mini RAG basically.
What about deliverability through the CRM, through the automation workflow? So if it triggers, okay, they want 3 of these snapshots, but that's it, right? So it's going to trigger the automation side of the workflow, and then all of a sudden it's going to send it out. Hey, congratulations, because the next page is going to be, it's going to be a thank you page. Check your email. That's where you're going to find your prompts. It automates that and it actually sends it out. That's my only thing I really have a question on. Really.
Yes, and I'll be 100% honest. I'm trying to imagine it in my mind, how you describe it.
I talk fast too. I'm trying to save
No, no,
time and
no,
all
no,
that.
no, no. You're good. These types of use cases, because we do have people building quizzes as a smart form. You answer questions and you run it through a rubric prompt and it spits out a custom result. I would highly recommend, if you're still a FormWise user, jump on our office hours. I'm usually on those office hours with Julian, that's on the Zoom right now, and I can help walk through that and see if that's possible. I don't exactly know without seeing your funnel, but I don't want to give you authoritatively yes or no, but it sounds like it would be possible. I would just need to see that specifics.
Yeah, it's a standard funnel with just an order bump in the process, order bump with the upsell. I think I can only apply it to the upsell. Okay, that's my last question. I'm going to save the rest for everybody else. I'll jump on your call because I have more ideas as well as far as adding to different things is my question. So thank you for your guys' time. I hope I helped other people that had made maybe the same.
Yeah. And like I said, there's office hours twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you guys can ask any questions. We have a Facebook group, live chat. But yeah, speaking of quizzes, like I said, Matt mentioned lead magnets earlier. You can just ask it to create a quiz that's going to generate a business audit for a roofing company or something like that, or build it for the roofing company to give it to homeowners. Hey, do a quick homeowner checklist, and then that's a lead magnet for them.
Absolutely love it. So I'm gonna gamify this thing. By the way, that's one of my ideas. I've had it for a long time, and I've done a lot of challenges, 30 or so, 35 challenges, I think, live events. So I'm gonna use this to gamify the whole process of challenges. It's gonna be amazing. Like my idea is gonna be like, okay, I'm not the tech guy, but I'm an idea.
Yeah. And this is built for non-technical people. You don't need to glue together N8N and Zaps and OpenAI Zaps and stuff like that. This is all built in within. So what's the next question?
So there was a question about prompting resources. I think I said you guys do cover that a lot on the coaching, and then I know you've got the enhanced prompt there, but yeah, if you go to your resources, exactly.
Yes, we have a full, a ton of templates in here, where you're able to, again, either load in, if you use GHL, we give you snapshots to load in a lot of these templates to already have the landing page to just embed and change the copy for your actual niche. If I go to login mode and monetization, you'll see I have, it's right in front of me, importing your FormWise AI tool SaaS templates. And again, we have a lot of really cool templates. Again, if you're a coach, you want to just sell a little toolkit or a single tool, we have, there's a brewery OS one. Here's another niche OS template. All this is loadable and you can import it. Here's one I did the other day, the launch plan. If you're going to do like a instant small business plan generator, again, just put your niche in front of that. And now you have a really niche product for people that are starting their business. If that's your niche, if that works, this is ready to go. They would fill it out and it goes to the smart form that's embedded there. So all these are in there for you guys and the instructions are there. So yeah. Sean, I think Sean wanted to say something, Matt. I think he's been raising his hand.
Yeah, I thought I asked you to unmute, Sean, but you should be good. Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean. Oh, you're muted, Sean. Let's go through some more questions here.
Here we go. Okay, so really quick, Katie had asked, could this replace Hey Levy? We've had this asked before. My answer is yes. So Hobby, take about a minute to explain to them why someone could possibly do without Hey Levy and completely recreate it within FormWise, because we've talked about this before.
Yeah, this is like a builder. You could totally build a Hey Levi.
Yeah, I mean, and we love everybody in the GHL ecosystem, but absolutely, I mean, every copywriting AI tool is essentially a smart form on the internet. You put in your information and they map it, into a prompt and it spits out exactly. I guess, yes, you could rebuild it and you could make it more niche and you can make it more specific to how you want the actual AI output to actually look like. So, if it needs to follow a specific copy style, if it needs to, follow your custom values. If you're offering it with the CRM, you're able to customize that. So yes, quick answer, yes. And then the coaching call is, so all of our resources are here on the bottom right: Facebook group, one-on-one support, the office hours, the knowledge base, all of that's available in there. Of course, we have ticket support as well, in case you don't have time to hop on a quick Zoom call. And and again, we love everybody in the GHL ecosystem. The GHL Facebook group is down. Sign of the times. If I'm understanding properly, the quality output depends on the quality and effectiveness of the prompts. Yes. So you can create your own prompts. We do have provided tested prompts that are really good. And again, that's what the AI tool builder is for. We build your prompt for you. So if you just have a vague idea of what you want the tool to do for your end user, simply just describe it. And if it's only a sentence, just click enhance prompt, and we will actually give you a enriched description. That way the outline is better, because really that's what it is. And again, agencies are having this. I mean, a lot of agencies do awesome stuff with AI, obviously, but even agencies and marketers sometimes have trouble articulating that. And that's what that enhance prompt button is for, to sort of enrich your specific instructions. If my clients use this, does it use my OpenAI account and not theirs? So that's up to you. You can totally eat the fees. Again, I'm not too concerned with OpenAI API fees. We have about 1,000 end users. Our bill is like $90 a month. So it's not a big deal, in my opinion, but obviously that's, you can use your specific prudence there if you want to build them. I would go ahead and tell you, if you're asking me, I don't want to rebuild people, because then they'll see a OpenAI thing in their bank statement, they'll back charge it, and then you got a problem. That's just my opinion. That's just the way business owners see things. How did you get this embed screen set up? It's just a custom menu link, or if you're embedding it within a specific, if you're going to embed it within a specific landing page, just grab the embed code, and you can embed the tool set, you can embed the Copilot, you can embed the SmartForm. It's all embeddable and works in any environment. Again, if you are a course creator, just think of all the course companion tools you're able to add with your course. You can turn that course into a recurring product instead of a static one-time purchase. Let me go through some. Interactive microbooks. Matt knows what Russell created. I have many. And then, yes, and thank you. We have came a long way. Yeah, so when we started FormWise, it was just a SmartForms. A lot of people in the GHL space still think we just do SmartForms. And we have an awesome roadmap that I'm not allowed to share anymore, but it's an awesome roadmap that we have some really cool stuff coming as well. How does it integrate with GHL? So yes, we do have a deeper GHL integration. I wasn't going to cover it on this call just for the sake of time. I want to respect Matt's time and everybody's time today. We do have a deeper integration with the agency plan, where you're able to import your sub accounts and then choose what tool set they see. So you don't have to go copy paste 20 different custom menu links for different niches or different like client specific tool sets. You can just choose which specific tool set every single sub account gets. If you need to require the OpenAI API key, and of course the sub account itself sees all their history and all that good stuff. So that's also available there. And let me see what else we got here. I think that's it. Yes, so all this in the plan: web scraping for dynamic data access. Could I use this to scrape hot pads for specific types of listings? I don't know what a hot pad is, but if it's just a document, yes, it can pull, like say you're a real estate agent and you have a list
like Zillow. Can you pull a website?
Yeah, I think it will scrape a Zillow link. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. You can have that as a field. So when you create like an audit tool, you can actually have it like, let's just say, let me open up this builder. You can have a field where they enter a URL. And as long as you have the web scraping on capability, it will actually scrape the URL, pull that back, and then run that through your prompt. So basically you'll add a question here. You can add, I believe, or actually I think it's just open-ended question type, like what is your website? And again, as long as the user has a website with stuff on it, you can actually go into the prompt builder, and you can turn on the web browsing and web scraping, and then just make sure you map in that specific that specific question.
I think they're thinking about using it for search.
Mm-hmm.
Can use their inputs to. So I'm gonna go ahead and piece this for you, Andrew. I think what you're wanting to do is take their inputs, use that to develop a search, and then load that search results. So if sometimes, like if you look at like YouTube, if you search something in YouTube, you can see in the URL, it's like there are the terms that were being searched. So it's very easy to construct a search URL. So I would check out Hotpads and see, okay, if that's what it looks like when you search, we're like, oh, the search is static URL plus variable, which are probably just the search terms or whatever it might be there. Which I think, like a Zillow does a similar sort of thing like that. You could absolutely use the survey to be like, what are your inputs? That actually constructs the URL, which is your output, and then you use that to data scrape here. So that'd be a cool use case for sure.
Yeah. And Sean, if you could feed me the next question, I want to show everybody one more time, like bulletproof agent. And Chad's one of our biggest cheerleaders, so he loves the attention. He has a tool set, I think a tool set with like 4 unique tools embedded on his website. And he has a big website, just taking a second to load. He has a and I think it's because I'm logged in as a FormWise developer right now. So if you go to his site, he's going to have 4 tools here embedded. One's a review reply generator, a listing generator, all that stuff. So people can just test the tools out, because inside of his GHL, he has that tool set with hundreds of tools embedded. And that's part of his offer. So let me look at the chat. If I wanted to pull all the properties from a Zillow search, could I just take the results after the search URL? Awesome. Okay, so it looks like I think your question is answered. What if I need for me to be edited by the user? Yeah, so here's the thing. The users never know FormWise. They never see FormWise. They can't edit FormWise. They don't know, they never see the dashboard, nothing like that. They only see the end result that you give them. So they won't be able to edit the form. So if you are building a lead magnet for your user to use for their audience, they won't know it's FormWise. So as long as you turn off our branding, and you just give him the embed code, or you embed it for him. So all of that is completely, in a sense, white labeled. That way you can offer these micro AI tools. You could offer a micro AI lead magnet for your user if that's, part of your offer, part of your services. So the goal would be to do it better in past. Yeah. So again, if you are building say you have a client who's an author, they have a book, you could create a copilot for their book that they could offer to their customers when they buy the book or on the author website, something of that sort. So absolutely, that is possible.
Okay, Javi, I gotta close down the room, but
absolutely. Thank you for the time.
Here's what I recommend. Just sign up for a free trial and hop onto his office hours. That's probably the best way to get your questions answered. And that way you can answer them while also just seeing it in real time. So I don't even think that form has a credit card on it. So sign up for a free trial, hop into Javi's office hours. Thank you guys for showing up, for doing this. Like I said, I got a lot of people asking, how do I do ChatGPT if they don't have a paid user? This is what I have seen. This is what I recommend. This is what we see tons of folks doing. And so Javi and Sean and the team there, they'll take great care of you. The office hours, once again, I think it's Wednesday, Thursday. Someone posted it in the chat.
Yeah.
Whenever that is. Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you all. And let me know if you like this, and maybe we'll do more trainings like these. Okay. Thanks all.